Fallout New Vegas is a retro-futuristic game, which means some aspects of the game resemble the past and some aspects are futuristic and sci-fi. Today I'm trying to improve the sci-fi aspect of Fallout New Vegas. There is a huge amount of mods to cover, so without further delays, let's get started. Let's start with the HUD first. I'm using the MUX series interface overhauls Xvision preset. It looks pretty good, especially if you change the HUD color to blue, then it gives a pretty futuristic vibe. The HUD also moves like that when you change camera angles, which looks dope too. Now, there aren't any sci-fi weather mods in particular, so I just used altitude, mostly because of personal preference. However, at night the lights glow bright and give an atmospheric vibe that looks great. Because most of the armors in this video have neon lights, they glow in the dark and look great. Cyberware 2281 adds a new type of player upgrade system, inspired by games like Deus Ex. It adds a new implant system into the game, which essentially adds various gameplay-related buffs or adds more special points. When you pick up your first implant, you start a quest where you have to find a doctor for the implants. You can either select a trained doctor or get this book from the Goodspring Schoolhouse and give it to a non-trained doctor, which will help them learn cybernetic surgery. Cyberware for Companions mod lets companions have cybernetic surgery too. Just talk to Dr. Usanagi and she will install the implant. Although Cyberware is a great mod, all the implants are mostly stat-based. This is where Steel Trimmed comes into play. It adds 5 implants into the game, which are essentially a new way to play the game. You have teleportation, an energy shield, enhanced sound detection, which is just glorified heat vision, an adrenaline mode where your melee attacks do more damage, and whatever this is. All of these abilities are so good and open a completely new way to play the game. ST Robot Race lets you play as a robot. One weird bug happened to me, where after selecting the robot, my face disappeared, but it got fixed once I got into the game. There are a few new traits and perks that are exclusive to this race. Also, a lot of vanilla armor has been reworked to fit the robot aesthetic, although it doesn't cover all armor and clothing. Some new robot implants let you turn your hand into an arm cannon. Robco Certified is a mod that lets you become a robot overlord. You can now fix destroyed robots with spare parts and make them your companion. Upon fixing the first robot, you will get a pop-up letting you know about a robot making machine in Cerulean Robotics. To create robots, you first need to make the robot janitor, which will let you buy other robot parts. After that, you can create any robot you want if you have the necessary parts. After creating a robot, it gets added to your inventory as a package. To use the robot, you need to drop that package and unpack it. You can also upgrade your robots to use better weapons. This mod also adds more perks that let you do more stuff. For example, the Mad Scientist perk lets you turn dead bodies into lobotomites. Siberian Dawn is a similar mod. It lets you hack robots, and then either control them using the piggyback option, turn them hostile using the IFF option, or just explode them using the overload option. The piggyback option seems nice, but there's a weird bug that makes the robot stuck in one place and just use attack like a maniac. In Steel Trimmed, you can use the energy shield, but enemies can't, which makes you too powerful. Energy Shield New Vegas mod adds energy shields as an apparel item that has high-level and low-level items just like regular armor. The shields are at full at green and about to break at red. There are also unique shields that have special effects like health regeneration or more. Next, I will cover a bunch of sci-fi armor mods. I won't be covering any skimpy armor mods as I don't like playing with them. There are an awful lot of them in Nexus for some reason. Heroes of the cyberpunk subgenres add 6 male armors to the game. All of these armor look unique and eye-catching. My personal favorite is the Dieselpunk armor. It just looks goofy and menacing at the same time. Geonox Restored Riot armor is not too sci-fi, but I still included it because it looks dope as hell. There is a decent selection of colors to choose from like blue, red, orange, yellow, and more. There is also a heavy version which has a modified design. Classic Tesla Metal armor adds a single piece of armor, but I still included it because of how good it looks. Yes, the textures are low resolution, and yes, it uses the normal metal armor design as its base, but in the end, it all just works out. I especially like the helmet design. It's simplistic yet pleasant. Of course, the armor has neon lights all over it, so at night it looks even more impressive. Petal Gas Mask adds a few futuristic-looking masks into the game. I know these don't fit into New Vegas at all, but was like they are something other than armor, so why not? Anyway, these come in two primary colors and many design variations. They might not fit into the game, but they look very stylish. Tron Armor Upgrade adds a few Tron-inspired armors into the game. These can be found in the Tron Safe House, which I will cover shortly. Design-wise, they are stealth suits with neon lights. There is a decent variety of armor to choose from, and all of them look very cool. The best of them is meant to be the Elite Armor, although I didn't like it too much. XV Charl Armor is a female-only power armor. You can find it in one of the bunkers in Hidden Valley. It has your usual sci-fi stuff. Bright green and blue lights, and sometimes a bit of overdesign. I like the gloves too. Colossus T-49 is a similar power armor made by the same author. It also has cool-looking helmets and bright blue lights. This power armor also has a unique variant with the lights from the Tesla power armor. Both of these power armors will go with your sci-fi playthrough very well. The last power armor is none other than the MK117 prototype power armor AK, the armor from Halo ODST. You can find it beside the crashed vertibird south of the map. The armor looks great, and I also like the sneaky Vault Tech sign near the bottom. This mod also adds 3 weapons from ODST, namely the rifle, the pistol, and the submachine gun. Next, we are going to take a look at a few sci-fi weapon mods. I mostly tried to find either unique weapons or weapon packs, but there are also some regular weapons. Aperture Science Mojave Branch. Working Portal Gun adds the portal gun into New Vegas. Unlike the Portal games, however, you can create portals almost anywhere as long as the 2 portals are close by. It might not look as impressive as the actual Portal games, but it is still very impressive in the New Vegas engine. This mod also adds a weapon called the Lemon Launcher, which shoots exploding lemons. Plasma Cutter brings the iconic weapon from Dead Space into New Vegas. Now, I couldn't test if it actually tears down limbs as my level 50 character just explodes enemies with one hit, but I did try it on some test subjects and it seemed to work. MNK Rhino Gauss Revolver is a badass energy weapon. It shoots powerful Gauss projectiles that explode on impact. I also like the blue particles that were created by the explosions. It has a laser variant and a plasma variant. Unfortunately, it is a very old mod, so it uses vanilla weapon animations which admittedly don't match the weapon. Colt 2K33 is a Gauss pistol that has an impressive model along with great animations to back it up. When I say the weapon model is detailed as hell, I am not lying. Just look how beautiful it looks. The gun is also very powerful and is effective against all kinds of foes. There's a silencer, which definitely didn't silence the weapon, but made it even more powerful. Destiny Weapons Pack adds a lot of weapons from Destiny into New Vegas. Now this is a mixed bag for me. On the one hand, you have great feeling and looking weapons, and on the other hand, you have a shotgun that clips into your hands. Still, the good overshadows the bad. There are a lot of unique weapons with unique designs. I hope the mod author makes a patch for it to use newer KNVSE animations, as the 3D models are very well made. Rainier AK Remastered is a high-tech AK that shoots plasma. The design of the weapon is very unique and is perfect for a sci-fi playthrough. But once you attach the weapon mods, the high-tech aspect goes to 11. It is also very effective in combat and can mow down enemies with relative ease. There's also a unique variant that shoots Gauss rounds, and it is even more destructive. Carl Z's weapon pack adds a series of interesting energy weapons. They still fit into the world of New Vegas, but offer a twist on the pre-existing weapons, like how there's now a plasma sniper or a double-barrel energy shotgun. Some of the weapons have completely new effects, which is great too. Thor is a god weapon, and that's all I have to say. This is an energy cannon that shreds even the biggest of enemies in mere seconds. And don't even mention regular human enemies. They will be dead before they know it.
Hey, Think you can walk around here like nothing's happened? See, my friends and I, we were kind of wondering if we should give you a good beating right now, or save it for when we... We don't like you, Mojave scum. And we like you even less when you fuck with our strip. So you either pay up to walk around here, or we're gonna make you... Think you can get away with this? Guys,
The last weapon in this list is the Malorian arms. Most of you already know about this mod, so I'm not dragging it too much. So here's a quick summary. It looks perfect, the animations are on point, and the sound effects are great too. Next are 3 sci-fi player homes. The first one is the Blood Den home. It is a huge player home consisting of everything imaginable, and then some more. To get into the home, you first need to get into this cave near the El Dorado substation. The dungeon leading to it is full of blood and corpses. After getting through it, you get your first look into the new player home. Your AI assistant, Lauren, can teleport you to other rooms or activate and deactivate security throughout the facility. The first room I entered was the bedroom, and it is so big that you can bring your whole crew and you will still have some beds empty. There's also your master bedroom that has atmospheric lighting. You also have a casino, but it is mostly empty and these dudes were doing some weird stuff, so I just didn't disturb them. You also have a fully fledged laboratory, a huge armory, which by the way looks dope as hell, and also a teleportation room from where you can teleport to rooms in your facility or DLC entrances and more. After getting out once, you can use this manhole to get into the house quickly, although it makes no sense. The second home might not be as feature complete as the first one, but it is the most sci-fi you can get in New Vegas. The Tron home, based on the first Tron movie, is a simulated house. There's a new place at Freeside called Flynn's Arcade. You will find a terminal and a projector in the back room of that building. Simply just interact with the terminal, and it will teleport you into the Tron home. Visually, it is just full of neon lights all over based on, of course, the movie's aesthetic. This gives it a very unique look compared to other sci-fi mods. There's also a weapon testing room and a bedroom. The last and final player home in this list is the Underwater home. It is the least sci-fi home on this list, but I still included it because making an underwater home is a scientific achievement on its own. When you first enter the house, it is completely dark, and you need to power up the generator using some energy ammo. Of course, being an underwater home means this home is full of aquariums, although I don't know if these exotic fishes would have survived the Great War. The whole house gives off a very cozy vibe with neon signs and dim lights. You also have a mannequin room, where you can show off your armor to the fishes, which is great too. Next are a few robotic companion mods, as I couldn't find any android or cyborg companions. Skynet's companion brings back the RoboBrain companion from Fallout 2. You will find him in the Helios 1 observation room. Upon joining you, Skynet gives you a perk that turns all robots non-hostile towards you, even if you attack them. He also has some interesting dialogue.
You are always speaking to Skynet. You are always speaking to Platform 31. You could say that Mobile Platform 31 is Skynet's child and also Skynet.
He can also upgrade your laser rifle, which literally makes it a destroyer. The Custom Robot Followers series of mods adds several robot companions from other games or movies. All of them are very basic and vary mostly in their attack styles. The most chatty of them is of course Claptrap from the Borderlands series. He even has a very unique introduction. But even he just has command-related dialogue and no personal dialogue. This is a good mod, but I will like it even more if the mod author can add some personal dialogue for these robots. The last companion mod in this list is Stimpack. She can be found in the Good Springs gas station, which is now filled with different items. She is a fully fledged companion, which means she has opinions on factions and also has personal dialogue.
The Legion is nothing more than a bunch of savages and slavers. If you ask me, the NCR should have finished their job years ago.
She also has a quest that sees you travel to an island in the Pacific Ocean after her previous partner was killed by some mercenaries. This just shows how dedicated the mod author was to to making her a standout companion. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the later end of the quest, but it delves into conscience transfer and body cloning, which will keep you engaged. I only have one music mod for this list, and that is Existence Radio 2.0 Robot Radio. This mod has a robot radio jockey named Junket.
You are listening to Existence 2.0. This is your new existence. This is the new you. Welcome to the wasteland. It will be your undoing.
The music of this mod is pretty unique too. I did went to their studio but couldn't find Junket. Instead, there were only dead robots. And at last, I will finish off with 2 sci-fi quest mods. Well, it's actually just one. The first one, Revenge of the Cyber Nazis, is just a dungeon mod with a variety of rooms. Enemies are placed in each of those rooms, and you can either ignore them or can kill them and proceed to the next room. I included it mostly because some of the rooms have pretty good visuals, and definitely not because the mod has cyber in its title. Anyway, it will take you 15 to 20 minutes to beat. After killing Cyber Hitler, it grants you this powerful cyber axe, which kills most enemies in one hit. The last and final mod in this list is Boom to the Moon. This mod sees you go to the moon to rescue this guy's girlfriend. The actual moon base looks very nice, but I wish the helmet didn't obscure my vision. The interiors look even more impressive. This mod also has no combat and mostly relies on finding clues to figure out what happened. And this is where it lost me, as I am not a huge reader. I do like reading terminals that give you information about the place, but when that's mandatory to progress, then I am out. Of course, this is a personal preference, and that's why I still included it in my list, as I knew some people might enjoy it more than me. And that's all, fellas. This was a really long video, and thanks to anyone who stuck around for this long. With that said, I wish you a great day and see you in the next one.